Hey, so after I did this, got a call from Jason saying that a guy came to his house asking for me. Are you Henry? He says. He's like, no, but what can I help you with? He goes, oh, I wanted to see his lawnmowers that I saw online, whatever. And he's from the same area, so he figured it's one of us, right? Anyway, so Jason gives him my number after he calls me and asks me if it's okay to give the number. He gives me the number, and then a guy calls me and says he wants to see a couple of mowers. He was looking at that Toro recycler that I fixed the deck on, you know, the steel sticks. And then he looked at another Troy belt with the Honda engine on it. That one's pretty nice. Those are the only two I have left with baggers, you know what I mean? The others are push mowers without baggers, and they're all crap. Anyway, so while I was trying to sell this guy one of those two mowers in my driveway, you saw from my surveillance camera, Andy the Brit's brother-in-law pulled up, and he says that there's a mower like a few blocks over, you know, and I says, oh, well, let me hurry up and do this transaction before somebody takes it, right? So I'm like rushing the guy, you know, and I sold him the Toro for $250. I didn't want to go down to $250 I had it listed for $300, but I wanted him because we were talking guns too. He's got a Russian SKS and he was considering selling it. And I says, okay, well, I'll lower it to $250 if you'll consider selling the SKS to me. So he's got some thinking to do. Anyway, so I got rid of that Toro. I'm very happy with it because remember, I wasn't even going to do anything with that Toro because the deck was rotted, you know, and rusty. But I fixed it, and I told the guy, I said, I patched up the deck. He goes, well, it looks great. He doesn't care, you know, as long as it looks great and it's structurally sound, which it is, you know, because there weren't structural points with the rot. Anyway, so I'm headed over there now to pick up this mower. I believe Andy's brother-in-law said it's a Honda. So we'll see. I'll show you when I get there. And there it is. I'm just gonna pull into this guy's driveway. It's just what he said it was. Honda, not a rotten deck. Too bad it's no bagger. Nevertheless, I will take it. So the self-propulsion is seized in the rear. It moves forward, but it can't pull back. So I know exactly what that is. Only because I've fixed one of these before for that exact same problem. You just gotta take the rear wheels off because they're all rusted to the hub. That's the only thing. So this thing runs, and all that problem is, and the old problem is that. Should be a pretty decent fix. See, good deck, good wheels, and Andy's brother-in-law says the guy said it ran. Cool. I'm gonna look around for the bag, but I doubt it. Cool. Sell one mower, get another one. That's right. The minute I get home, to fire up the leaf blowers. What do you think? Should we try to start it? Let's see. You know what? It just rained and the gas cap was off. And there is nothing in there. So this is not going to start. We'll have to do it on another day, fellas. Another episode. Ooh, this feels nice. Really nice. Yeah, there's no gas in it, so it's not going to start. But it feels good. Stay tuned for the episode on this. I just drove the truck around the block. Sounds great. It's so smooth and quiet now. I think replacing that compressor was the key. Anyway, I got a package in the mail when I got back. It's a 5th year birthday present for my dog Boba from my buddy Roger McDonald. Thanks a lot, Roger. Really appreciate it. Very nice of you. I just got a new power charging hub station from Poweradd. They've sent me a bunch of stuff in the past. Guy like me, I've got all kinds of stuff going on over here. I've got so many things to charge, it's a complete mess, you know? Having another power station charging port area is what I really need. With today's technology, obviously no, it's not just your USB-A or your USB-Cs, but you also have regular AC power that you need to charge your laptop batteries or your cell phones when you're on the move. With this Poweradd Pro multifunctional charging station, 65 watts, you're able to connect this plug into a regular AC 110 outlet and able to have another AC outlet powered extension on both sides over here, plus 2 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports. Simply remove the cover, protective cover, plug it into a AC 110 power outlet, and now you can add charging ports. Now I can charge my lithium-ion batteries. So now I have an extra outlet to plug in my lithium-ion batteries for my power tools. I have another outlet now for charging my other type of batteries, power tools. My hot glue gun through a USB-A outlet. My tactical flashlight in my other USB-A outlet. And you can have 2 USB-C inputs too, if you had a USB-C to a USB-C. So instead of just using one outlet will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more outlets and capabilities of charging multi-items that require different charging ports. So one Poweradd Pro charging station can allow 6 more outlets by using only one AC 110 outlet. It's very useful if you've got a load of stuff like I do. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want one. Back to the video. Hey you guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Good morning. I've got a very interesting video for you guys today. It's one of my selling a lawnmower video, but with a twist added to it. So it's very interesting. As you guys know from a previous episode, I got this mower from, man, I tell you, when you get older, you just don't remember things anymore. Sometimes you go into a room and you're like, what the hell did I come in here for? Anyway, I don't remember where I got it, but as you know, I get all my stuff for free. That's right, free. This had rotted stuff over here. It's my previous episode, a few episodes ago, where I used JB Weld steel sticks and I repaired this deck. And while I never thought I would get it to look good, it actually looks pretty good. So I wasn't going to do anything with this mower. I was just going to wait for another deck, whatever. But after I fixed it, I'm like, dude, I think I could sell this, you know? So I listed it for $300. A lot of people asked me for it. And finally, one guy came by and he bought it for $250. And he paid me already. When he took it home, he gave it an oil change and then texted me and says, hey, we have a problem. It no longer self-propels. And also the engine won't start now. I'm like, you just left me. What did you do? It's like, I only sucked out the oil and put new oil back in. Now it doesn't run anymore. What could I do? The guy knows where I live. He was a very nice older gentleman, right? He was a referral from Jason over at Pate's Performance. He had gone to Jason's house because he had mowers all over the place and he thought that that was me for my Facebook listings in my area. My little town here is very small. It's a hamlet of Huntington Township. So it's called Green Lawn, right? It encompasses very little space, so there's only a handful of people that actually do this, so he thought that Jason's house was me. And then Jason called me and says, hey, can I give you this guy's number who came looking for you because he saw one of your listings? And I'm like, why doesn't the guy just text me on Facebook Marketplace? He's like, I don't know, but do you want me to? I'm like, does he seem like a nut? He's like, no, he's all right. I said, okay. So he called me, I told him, just come by. He wanted to look at 3 different mowers, whatever. I had him lying around, so I said, just come over. So he came over, he liked this one. Instead of 300, we talked about guns and stuff, so we had a lot of things in common. I just said, look, you consider selling me your Russian SKS, I'll drop it to $250 for you. She says, deal. I don't know if I'm gonna get that Russian SKS. Anyway, so he brought back, what could I do? You know, I wanted to make sure that he was happy, right? He didn't seem to care about the repaired deck. I told him, right? And so then when he brought it over, I sprayed jism into the carburetor, fired right up. What happened was he must have tilted it on the wrong direction. He probably tilted it towards the gas tank where the carburetor is, maybe moved the blades or something like that. And when that happens, oil trickles into the carburetor, causing the carburetor to mix with the fuel in the carburetor, and therefore it was difficult to start. He didn't pull it enough, whatever. Anyway, I sprayed jism in it, fired right up, but he was right. The self-propulsion didn't work. Because this is a clutch system, we put it on its side with the engine running, but the blades were not engaged because it is a clutch system. And while the engine was running, I put my hand under there. I know, kind of risky, but like I said, as long as you don't engage the clutch, it's not gonna, the blades aren't gonna move. So I just moved the transmission gearbox up and down, mimicking that I'm pushing down on the personal pace handle to put tension on the wire, pulling the gearbox, stretching the belt so that the blades, so that the propulsion would work. Heard nothing. So I have a feeling that the belt simply came off of the pulley, and that's why the self-propulsion doesn't work. Engine's fine, but also I noticed this. This is the self-propulsion personal pace handle where you push down, and it doesn't return because this spring has come off, right? It's supposed to go like this, and this part here is hooked onto there somewhere, right? The thing is, I didn't know that this was like that. This is supposed to have a rod, a part that goes that way and hooks onto something in there, right? So this spring is broken. Well, you can simply just take this and bend it that way so it hooks on something over there, right? And then it'll work. So I'll try to fix that after I figure out what's wrong with the self-propulsion on this thing. So I'm gonna put it on its side and take the blade off and check out where the belt is and see if the belt indeed either broke, snapped, or came off the pulley. And that's why the self-propulsion doesn't work. So if you're gonna tilt the mower, you gotta tilt it on the side of the dipstick.
Okay, you know what you are. You're a dipstick. A 14-karat dipstick.
So I was about to take the blade off, and then finally I just did a visual inspection of this area here, and what do you guys see? That's right, the belt is 2 inches below the pulley. So this belt came off the pulley. That's why the self-propulsion doesn't work. So I'm just gonna try to manhandle the belt back onto the pulley. It's hard to do because this black bracket there is basically the keeper that, you know, it's hard to fit that belt in between the keeper and the pulley. I'm gonna try to manhandle it with some screwdrivers or whatever and just push it in, see if that fixes our problem.
So as you saw from time lapse, I removed all that stuff. I looked at the blade. The blade was really dull, so I sharpened this blade for him. I don't usually do that, but this was really dull. Anyway, I slipped the belt over the pulley of the gearbox. I inspected the one that was over the crankshaft with a mirror because of the clutch system. You couldn't really see. So I had a mirror to see that it was on the pulley. Put everything back. Got that all taken care of. Now I want to try to fix this because this is not allowing it to pop back. You know, the return spring, it's called the torsion spring. So I'm going to try to see what I can do about bending that thing so that it catches. There you go. Drilled a small hole there, bent it that way, bent this way so it fills it better. Now we got some torsion. Not perfect, but it'll snap back, see? And then I also oiled this area here so it's smooth, that goes smooth going down and coming back up. He says that his Toro also is missing this thing, or at least that part broke. It's a very common problem, but I just basically stretched it so that it'll give it some torsion. Nice. Pretty easy to do. Sharpened his blade too. So he already paid me. So I made $250 on this. Pretty cool. He's happy about it.
I'll call him up. He'll come pick it up. You know, Bill's in a very precarious position right now. I could kick him in the balls like 100 times and he wouldn't be able to do a thing about it. I could just go like this all day. Wait till you see this on video, Bill.
Next time on Mowers and Blowers.